In this video, we're gonna have a bit of fun today, and we're gonna dabble in a bit of bibliomancy, and we're gonna do it with one of my holy grail books, The Teachings of Don Juan, A Yaqui Way of Knowledge by Carlos Castaneda. For this reading and for this particular book, I'm gonna ask the collective, or I'm gonna ask Spirit what the collective needs to hear in terms of lessons, or in terms of word of mouth, kind of like what's a bit of something you need to hear right now, you know? What's a bit of a wake up call, or a bit of clarity, or a bit of a lesson, some guidance. Okay, I did a bit of breathing. Now I'm gonna ask, what does a collective need to hear in terms of a bit of lessons or guidance? I'm feeling this spot right here. And I turn to Monday, December 23rd, 1963. Now, this is rare for this book, for this to be kind of like a short passage, so I'm going to read you the entire passage. Monday, December 23rd, 1963. We were driving back to his house after collecting some yellow flowers for the mixture. They were one of the necessary ingredients. I made the remark that this year we did not follow the same order in collecting the ingredients as we had the year before. He laughed and said the smoke was not moody or petty as the devil's weed was. For the smoke, the order of the collecting was unimportant, and all that was required was that the man using the mixture had to be accurate and exact. I asked Don Juan what we were going to do with the mixture he had prepared and given me to keep. He replied that it was mine, and that I had added that I had to use it as soon as possible. I asked how much of it was needed each time. The small bag he had given me contained approximately 3 times the amount of the small tobacco bag would hold. He told me I would have to use all the contents of my bag in 1 year, and how much I needed each time I smoked was a personal matter. I wanted to know what would happen if I ever finished the bag. Don Juan said that nothing would happen. The smoke did not require anything. He himself did not need to smoke anymore, and yet he made a new mixture each year. Then he corrected himself and said that he rarely had to smoke. I asked what he did with the unused mixture, but he did not answer. He said that the mixture was no longer good if it was not used in 1 year. At this point, we got into a long argument. I did not phrase my questions correctly, and his answers seemed confusing. I wanted to know if the mixture would lose its hallucinogenic properties or power after a year, thus making the yearly cycle necessary. But he insisted that the mixture would not lose its power at any time. The only thing that happened, he said, was that a man did not need any more. I apologize. The only thing that happened, he said, was that a man did not need it anymore because he had made a new supply. He had to dispose of the remaining old mixture in a specific way, which Don Juan did not want to reveal to me at that point. This, to me, well, here are my first initial thoughts on the passage and what it may be conveying in this bibliomancy message. I'm thinking it has something to do with routine, a sense of normalcy, a sense of and it's almost like a sense of like an urgent knowing. I feel like maybe at this point you are being called to either change up your routine, or, 'cause girl, I know how hard it is to keep a routine. I actually just wrote myself another weekly routine to follow. But I think it's definitely trying to get in touch with your routine, your especially grounding, I guess. And grounding as well. Also, specifically what the book and they're talking about, this yellow flower, the smoke, is an ally to it's a type of power, it's an ally that Don Juan is trying to teach Carlos about. So I'm also guessing that in terms of trying to get back into a routine or trying to get back into a sense of grounding in your everyday doings and your errands, you know, getting stuff done, getting appointments done, getting bills paid, you know, stuff like that. I guess that was very specific, but it'll do you some good. It'll just do you some good. And this is also a very personal message as well. So so I hope you can also relate as well. Let me know if you had a good time hearing this, and let me know if you had a good time watching. This book is amazing. I suggest watching it. This book is amazing. I suggest reading it. Anyways, y'all have a good day. Goodbye.